Today, we revisit one of the most awe-inspiring stories in the Bible, a tale of courage, faith, and trust in God. It's the story of a young shepherd boy who faced an enormous, terrifying giant with nothing but his faith. This is the story of David and Goliath. But before we continue, like and share to let the light of God's word reach every heart in need of hope. The Israelites and the Philistines were at war. Each day they assembled on opposite hills with a valley between them. But the Philistine army held an advantage. They had Goliath, a warrior of enormous stature, fearsome strength, and unshakable confidence. How often do we too face giants in our lives? Giants of fear, doubt, and hardship. Today we'll see how David's story can show us that no matter the obstacle, faith can be our greatest weapon. Goliath towered over everyone. With armor of bronze and an intimidating spear, he seemed invincible. His voice thundered through the valley, striking fear into the hearts of Israel's soldiers. Goliath, shouting at the Israelite army,
"Why have you come out to line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man to fight me. If he can defeat me, we will be your servants. But if I win, you will serve us."
For 40 days, Goliath repeated this challenge, each day louder, each day mocking their God. Israel's soldiers grew more and more fearful. Who among them would face such a giant? How often do we too face challenges that seem to echo endlessly in our minds? Like Goliath's taunts, fear can take root and keep us from moving forward. Yet in these moments, it's our faith that must be our strength. David, the youngest son of Jesse, was not a soldier but a shepherd. He was simply bringing food to his brothers when he heard Goliath's taunts. But David was different from the others. His heart was bold and his faith unwavering. David, speaking to his brother Eliab,
"Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?"
David's words were not those of a soldier, but of a man of faith. He saw Goliath's words not only as a threat to Israel, but as an insult to God himself. David knew that he served a living, powerful God who was greater than any giant. David, approaching King Saul,
"Don't lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him."
Saul said,
"You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior since his youth."
David, with confidence,
"The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine."
David's confidence was not in himself, but in God. How often do we try to face life's giants alone? David reminds us that true courage comes from trusting in God, who has already been faithful in our past battles. Seeing David's conviction, Saul reluctantly agreed and offered his own armor to David. But as David tried to move, he realized that the armor weighed him down. David, removing the armor,
"I cannot go in these, for I am not used to them."
David chose simplicity. He took his staff and gathered 5 smooth stones from a nearby stream, placing them in his pouch. With his sling in hand, he was ready to face the giant. David's decision to rely on his sling and stones symbolizes the importance of authenticity. We must face our challenges with what God has equipped us with, rather than relying on the world's standards. It's a powerful reminder that God can use even the simplest of tools for victory. Goliath, seeing David approach,
"Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?"
Goliath's eyes were filled with scorn as he looked down at the boy before him. To him, David seemed laughable, insignificant, but David's heart was steady. David, with calm and strength,
"You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's."
David's words echo through time, reminding us that victory belongs to God. When we place our trust in Him, we are never alone in our battles. No matter how insurmountable our problems seem, God is greater. With precision and faith, David placed a stone in his sling and released it. The stone flew through the air, striking Goliath's forehead. The giant stumbled, then fell to the ground, defeated. David, standing over Goliath,
"The Lord has delivered you into my hands."
In that moment, the power of God was revealed. It wasn't David's skill alone that brought victory, but his unwavering faith in God's strength. What giants do we face in our lives? Whether it's fear, doubt, or any challenge, David's story shows us that faith and trust in God can overcome anything. The story of David and Goliath is a reminder that, even in our darkest hours, God is our strength. David teaches us that we don't need to be powerful in the eyes of the world to overcome our giants. All we need is faith and a heart that trusts in God's promises. If you found strength in this story, please like, subscribe, and join us as we explore more stories of faith. Remember, no matter what giants you face, God is with you.